Hi, my name is Sarah Root, and this is my Module 1 Introduction for EDL 853. So like I said, my name is Sarah Root, and I'm originally from Merced, California, which is right in the middle of the state in the San Joaquin Valley. It's a small town of 75,000 people, which, like I said, in California, that is a small town, but I have come to find that it is not as I've gotten older and moved. Merced is known as the gateway to Yosemite, even though Yosemite is about an hour and 45 minutes away. Before we moved away, I taught at Merced Adult School. I taught immigrants and refugees English, as well as EL Civics, which is a acculturation assimilation type course on how to adapt to American expectations in life. And then after that, we moved to the Holbrook, Arizona area. We weren't in Holbrook, and we were on the Navajo Nation Reservation at a boarding school, and I taught 3rd and 4th grade there. And we were we were out in the middle of nowhere off the 40, closest to the petrified forest. And we were really out in the middle of nowhere. So I went to a much smaller area. And then we moved to Aurora, Colorado after that. And while I was there, I fell in love with special education and went back to school and got my master's at that time. And the last 4 years that we were there, I taught at Hinckley High School in Aurora. And I was the staffing chair, and which means that I oversaw the IEPs. We had over 300 students on IEPs, and we had the full continuum of services at the school. We were the only high school in the district that did that. And so we had everything from significant support needs all the way up through mild mod and the programming all between. Over 75% of our students were duly identified or twice exceptional. And then after that, we more recently moved to Kansas to be closer to family. And I now work in Overland Park, Kansas at Shawnee Mission North High School. I am again a special education teacher, and I am the divisional coordinator for the special education department, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm the department chair. Personal life, I have 2 wonderful children. Abby is 8 and Micah is 5. And there's my husband, Ryan. We've been married for 14 years. And we love to travel a lot. We go back home to California often, and we love In-N-Out Burger, although we haven't gone recently. I love to read and obviously travel. I make macrame earrings on the side. I have a little side business. However, right now I'm taking a break so that I can focus on school. And love craft therapy. I love using my Cricut to make all kinds of fun things. And one of my favorite pastimes in the area is going to the West Bottoms on First Fridays, especially Bella Patina. That's that picture. So that's a little bit about me. So in terms of being an advocate, so I work at Shawnee Mission North High School, like I said, and while we're there, I co-teach American Government, ELA 4, which is Senior English, and I also co-teach a sophomore English class where it's co-teaching intensive, meaning that it's students who have not been the most successful in a regular co-teaching class and need some more support. And we're really focusing on every student can learn, and I do believe that, and that is something that we believe in our school. I also am a case manager. I caseload between 12 to 15 students at a time. And when I think about inclusive culture and inclusive schools, this week in particular, and as an advocate, this week was finals week, and it was a very difficult week. It's always a difficult week because I end up being the mediator between students and faculty, trying to come to agreements, and I think I spent a lot of time still explaining the definition of fair, probably more than I should at this point in time in education. It is 2021. But part of that, though, is that we do have high expectations. My belief and our belief system is that if you lower the bar, sure, students are going to meet you there. They're going to be low. They're not going to try much harder than that. But if you raise the bar and have the students try to achieve something that's difficult, we can come then behind and support them and raise them, and that they can achieve things that they never thought possible. And I think that's another way that we advocate for our students. In terms of inclusive culture, I loved it was Falvey and Givner on that chapter, and they talked about it being a belief system, and I believe that 100%. And I think that we teach and we lead by example. And I get so discouraged when I visit schools. This has happened for many years, where I go in and the special education classes are in the basement, or they're hidden in a different part of the school. I say hidden because they're just not out in view. And I think that leading by example means that showing everyone that, hey, you're part of this, you are included, you are valued. You don't have to be stuck in the basement or stuck in a corner. And so I think even the placement of special education programming, along with any other programming in the school, like, that's part of that inclusivity. In terms of strategies to include students, obviously academic support, and that goes for all students, that it should be individualized. And that's something that can be achieved anytime. You can make progress in that area. Recognizing microaggressions. So at our school, we always make sure that we let the students introduce themselves on the first day of the semester, first day of the school year, every day, every time. We never try to say their names first. They always tell us their names first, including their preferred names. Inclusive language. We recognize pronouns, whatever students prefer, as along with those names, preferred names. And we also don't tolerate any derogatory language like retarded or gay in a negative, like gay used in a negative way. Also, we use diverse literature and curriculum, making sure that not only our authors are diverse, but also the content is diverse. Another example is that we are launching this year a new Latino literature course, and it's going to be actually get ELA credit, which is the first course like that, definitely in our district, and I've heard it's the first in the state of Kansas. The last way is to establish clubs, not the last way, there are many other ways, but another way is to establish clubs that support inclusion. One school that I worked at, our largest club on campus with over 100 members, was a club that paired students with cognitive disabilities with general education students, and it was amazing to see how it transformed the entire school culture and how it made those students feel. Anyways, that's the end of my introduction. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone else as well. Thanks.